Hey everybody, welcome back to the Post-Millennial Breakdown. That's the show. That's the show. We're doing it.
Today we'll be talking about different resources in the city and how to save money because no one has money.
I mean, even if you have money, you want to keep it.
Exactly, because we're greedy little gremlins.
I am Sanjay Gupta. I am in the Steinhardt Music Program under Screen Scoring.
Christina Gayton, Digital Media major, Gallatin.
I'm Susan. I'm in drama at Tisch.
And I'm Shun, and I'm in dramatic writing at Tisch.
Shun, you gotta speak up. I say this every time.
Oh. Alright, sport. Let's just talk. You and I, about food, and what you can do to save money in the city.
I'm so sorry we're ruining your show. I love you.
So let's start off with free food. What are some ways that you can get free food in the city? Now, things might be a little bit different due to coronavirus, so this episode isn't completely geared towards coronavirus, but, you know, things that we have used in the past might be a bit different because of COVID. But
yeah, I mean, like, it's nice to think about the future, right?
So here are some resources that you can use. I'm going to start off the Share Meals app, okay? It's an app where a lot of students would share meal swipes, or, you know, whenever there was leftover food at an NYU event, they would post about it, and you could go there and get free food, or you can link up with an NYU student who's sharing meal swipes, and I use that a lot to get free dining hall swipes, and then I would just, like, load my bag with as much food as I could to go.
I have a question. I tried to use that, and I couldn't figure out how to use it. Could you say, like, maybe in a couple words, do you remember just how to go about it? I think I tried to find someone, and I sent them a message or something, but I wasn't sure if it went through, and I never used it again.
Yeah, I think sometimes they don't always respond because they are just, you know, other students using the app. So it's usually towards the end of the semester that you see more free meal swipes going out, you know. When it's towards the end of the semester, I remember there were tons and tons of students giving away all these meal swipes, and I just messaged a bunch. They responded, and we picked a time to meet up at a specific dining hall, and yeah.
Yeah, think of it as a free date too at a dining hall of your choice.
I guess so. Yeah, and
you get to go on a date with probably a freshman.
The way I found.
Probably for free.
I mean, to be fair, we're talking two freshmen here, so like the freshmen are going on dates with the freshmen.
Oh, you're right. How cute. The way I found out about this app was actually through a free food Facebook group. I believe it's Free Food at NYU or Free Food at NYC on Facebook. Tons of groups for free stuff, and they post about ways to get free food, which is awesome.
And if you have real friends, they're going to tell you about these things too. So always rely on true friends to tell you about these things, not your senior year, you know?
True friends you made using the advice we gave in our last episode, How to Make Friends.
Good one.
One of them Christina should have told me.
Oh.
But...
Well, there's also a bunch of other apps that I love using for discounts. And you know how you get a bunch of Instagram, like when you're on Instagram, you get ads sometimes for like, oh, free boba tea if you download this app or whatever. I love to just download as many apps as I can to get free stuff. But there are some apps that give more free stuff than others, or at least discounts. And that's Food for All, Ritual, Crave, and All Set for me. Food for All, that's a super awesome one where you can get discounted foods because they use the food that is going to go to waste at the end of the day or in the middle of the day when they're transitioning the food. And so you can get stuff literally half off, like a salad that's usually $12 for $6. Then All Set, they send out coupons a lot.
I really liked using the Crave app last year. I got free coffee every single day from this really nice boba place right by Tisch. And, that kept me fueled and made me realize that if you drink coffee, you might feel way more alive.
Yeah, it can help with depression.
I can't do coffee, man. It just gives me too many tummy troubles.
Oh, no. He has a sensitive tummy, though, so...
It makes me all jittery.
Another, not app, I don't know if it's an app, but I'm in the email chain for Retail Me Not. And they constantly send emails about discounts. And Panera was doing a thing this summer where you could get a free coffee again every day.
Susan loves free coffee.
I do love free coffee.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven was doing free coffee for a while. It's not anymore, but if you get the 7-Eleven app, you can constantly get discounts. 7-Eleven is a kind of company I would not like to give money to, but I like taking their free stuff. I feel like that is morally okay. So there was stuff at Burger King last week where you got a lot of food for $3. They have something now with Wendy's. Every week there's something new, so you can just check it and have that inform your week.
Yeah, signing up for things in general is generally good for your wallet. Like membership programs, even though they can be hard to keep track of sometimes or to remember to use your number. Like CVS, if you sign up for their deal newsletters, they'll send you like, 40% off one item, which can be super useful if you just, need to go get toothpaste or lotion or something. Or $2.99 Ben & Jerry's. Oh.
If you're not going to use it, give me your number. You have my Instagram, and
Another thing I guess I would love to mention is that you should be mindful of where you buy your food. Prices definitely vary based on the neighborhood that you're in. And I guess there is something to be said about a lot of NYU students coming in and gentrifying neighborhoods. But if you are a student on a budget, I guess it is somewhat okay to go. I think it's okay to shop in cheaper neighborhoods.
It's old news.
Yeah. So I personally love shopping in Chinatown a lot, at the fruit stands or vegetable stands in there, and
a lot of
yeah,
women asking you to date their sons.
Yes.
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 Does that happen?
Yeah,
Nice.
make sure you carry cash, I think, for fruit stands, which you'll see all over the city. You can get avocados and stuff for cheap there, and I love making avocado toast. Making avocado toast is pretty cheap. So.
I mean, I don't know when we're going to transition into the topic of alcohol, but I will say...
Alcohol counts with food.
Yes. Trader Joe's wine, the one right by Palladium, it does not get better than that in terms of value for, like, quality. You can get, I mean, I'm not going to call it good, but you can get, like, a bottle of Prosecco for, like, $4.
Oh, wow.
And,
That's true. One time I needed a bottle of wine for a sketch comedy show I was doing, so Trader Joe's is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you need cheap prop wine
Prop wine.
that you can also drink afterwards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've been shopping at a bunch of different supermarkets. I would not recommend going to Whole Foods.
Yeah. If you want to get something quick in between classes, you could go to Trader Joe's, and they have an awesome, cheap selection of frozen meals. Like, they have a vegan tikka masala that me and another friend we love it. It's fantastic. But there are some microwaves, like, on campus, like in Weinstein. Once again, this isn't completely applicable to coronavirus. But, yeah, there's a microwave in, I believe, Upstein or something like that.
There is an
And
Upstein.
definitely check out their frozen section, and that's good stuff to stock up
They
on.
have cheesesteak bao.
At Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay.
They also have cheesesteak lays.
No,
What?
that's not a Trader Joe's.
That's a Target.
That's a
That's
Target.
a Target.
But
Yeah, what else
let's
are
say
things...
let's say you
Wait.
want to
Yeah.
construct a meal that's entirely Philly cheesesteak flavored.
But in terms of generally buying food, Trader Joe's is great. I think their prices are great. I love their frozen section. It's so easy to make it, and it's healthier, I think, than your average food. But we do like making stuff from scratch, and if you're meal prepping, that can be good, and you know exactly what's going into your food. So at times, Target can have better prices. An example is I don't like the bread at Trader Joe's. At least not the regular white or whole wheat bread. So I would get that at Target. And since they're right by each other, even if you don't live by Stuytown, it's just a single trip you have to make. Yeah.
Do you guys have like good ideas for getting meals between classes on like areas right by Washington Square? Because that's something I always struggle with if I don't like pack a sandwich for the day or something. I always struggle to like find a good spot to eat like in
Yeah.
between classes. Like I'll go to the Starbucks thing on on West 4th by
But
the
now that's closed.
That's closed forever now. I saw it was closed. I didn't know if it was like a permanent thing.
I think it might be forever, but I don't know for sure.
Oh. Well, I would get like
Um,
one of their little warmed up like little sandwiches from there, but those are okay.
Yeah,
But I
there's-
can't do that every day.
Some people count boba as a meal, so there's Kung Fu tea
No.
on campus. There's also, I think, Mercer Pizza right on campus,
Oh, I never
and Pliables is also pretty close to campus. I've gotten that beforehand.
If you're looking for a
Palm
scrummy,
Springs.
yumptious meal, there's And Pizza
Oh,
also.
true.
Yeah, and pizza.
And Pizza.
There's a donut shop
Whoa.
on Broadway too. Delicious donuts, not very healthy, but you know.
If you're hankering for soup and or burger, there's a place called
Soup and burger.
And they don't actually make. Okay, so this is one mistake freshmen always make. They're like, I want soup, I don't want the burger that they're gonna force me to order with the soup because it's called soup and burger. Right?
Yeah.
It's not called soup and or
Whoa,
burger.
whoa, whoa,
Soup
whoa.
or
What
burger.
freshman is ever like, I want soup and no burger? I mean, even as a person who doesn't eat burgers, I would rather have a burger than soup.
Really? How many times have you had soup in the last year?
In the last year, we
I like
probably
soup.
3 times.
Yeah, how many times have you had burger?
It depends on the type of burger. I have
Ones that they
vegetarian
serve at- ones
burgers
that they
all the
Serve
time.
at Soup and Burger.
Okay, none at soup
How
and
many
burger,
times
but
have you
I
had
tons of
soup
vegetarian
and burger
burgers.
in the last year?
Never in my whole life.
Basically, don't make the same mistake I did. They let you order soup or burger independently of each other.
Wow.
One thing that
So it should be called soup and or burger.
And or burger.
One thing I really like is I would not recommend the food truck not the halal truck near Tish, but the different food trucks are really good, which goes with Tina's recommendation, have cash on you. Because if you get a halal meal from a truck, at least for me, since I don't,
Halal
mainly in
trucks.
between classes, I don't eat, a huge amount of food, it can last me 2 meals. And if you have a full day of classes, you can have it a little bit, and then, 3 hours later, have the rest, and it's about $6 for good, healthier, filling, yummy food. And there are a lot of food trucks now, or at least there aren't right now, but they might come back, near Stern.
Yeah.
So I would recommend those.
On that, okay, pedaling back to apps, on Allset, this one truck right in front of Stern called Fefo Foods. It's just a halal cart kind of thing. If you look it up on Allset, it's there. And sometimes Allset, all the time, Allset sends out coupons where they're like, okay, you can get $5 off whatever you order today, or $4 off, $3 off, whatever it is.
Oh, nice.
And they do that very, very frequently. And to just get a falafel sandwich there is $4. So sometimes you can get a falafel sandwich for $1 or for free, literally, by using the Allset app. So I highly recommend that if that Fefo food cart is still there this year. And yeah,
Something else is if we're talking places near campus and Asian food. Who brought that up? Oh, me. There
the resident
is
Asian of this podcast.
there
Susan
is
Cavalcanti.
an H Mart close by, which I love.
Oh yeah, that place is good.
They have, I think they still do in the mornings. If you get any pastry or any food, you get free coffee. Free coffee. And I really like their pastries and their little things. H Mart is not the cheapest, though. If you go to H Mart in Queens, it's going to be significantly cheaper already. But right by H Mart, if you're just looking for slightly cheaper products but a smaller selection, there's Sunrise. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Sunrise. It can be hard to find, but it's so right near Astor Place. What is it right next to?
The coffee place.
Oh, the Bean. Yeah, it's right next to the Bean.
Rip.
But it's hard to see because you have to go up an elevator to get there. But it's in between, I believe, the Bean and Panya Bakery.
It's by 3rd North and Alumni.
And that
Yeah.
baker is also really good.
Yeah. I have one more point to bring up regarding food. $75 courtesy meals. You can get that 3 times a semester from NYU. Previously, before COVID, you would just walk in person to if you look up courtesy meals NYU, you can find it online. You would walk into a certain floor on Kimmel and you would just be like, I'm here for courtesy meals. They'll give it to you probably the first 3 times, no questions asked. And then after that, they're gonna try to work with you to figure out a better system of getting food to your belly.
Because we all love food in the belly.
Yeah, another thing is if you have a work-study job, you qualify for meal stamps. So if you're eligible for work-study and you are working with a work-study, or you work
This is cringe, by the
below
way.
a certain amount of hours.
cringe.
No, if you work a certain amount of hours, you're eligible for food stamps. And just because sometimes you can't afford food, but you're trying to save because you're trying to be cost efficient, and you're just eating poorly all the time, just ramen. And there are assistant programs like that and the meal stamps, I totally encourage you to look into, because it's money that's available for you to be able to have a healthier diet.
Yeah.
2 tips for free water in the city. Sometimes the Washington Square Park fountain is on. Second tip. I'm pretty sure every restaurant has to give you free tap water. I don't know what it's like with the pandemic right now, but previously I would just stroll in and then I would ask them for tap water. They would give it to me, sometimes with ice, and then I would walk right out.
So is that all on the food subject?
No, Susan's
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody?
I think we get whole chicken at Westside.
Yeah.
And we get red meat at Westside is sometimes cheaper, mainly for making Ramadan, which I highly recommend. If you've seen Parasite, include a graphic of Parasite. Yeah, so you can get those meats at Westside. Westside is generally pretty expensive. There's also Restaurant Week.
Aha!
Is there
Which-
going to be Restaurant Week this year?
I would hope so.
Maybe for takeout.
And
yeah.
sometimes there's
Actually,
NYU
yeah,
Restaurant
maybe.
Week, but then there are other restaurant weeks, like different apps do it. And
Yeah.
oftentimes you'll see people handing
Ritual
out stuff.
had a restaurant week, I believe, where you could
Yeah.
get like 5 $1 meals. Like you could go $1 salad, and then you can get a $1 curry or whatever.
If there are
Super
people
cool.
around campus offering you things, like how I found out about one of those apps is they were giving free bubbly, and I wanted it, so I talked to them, and then they showed me a cool app. And I've been on that side. I worked for Via, the car company share drive car thing, and I was giving them a coupon, and a lot of people use Uber, and it was a greater coupon than you could find online, but people just didn't want to come because they were scared. I don't know why, but there are people around campus who are offering you cool shit, and they're often also students. So I would say, like, if you have 5 minutes, go talk to them.
I believe that's a wonderful transition to transportation and housing.